Good morning. We are doing the Uddhava Gita. This is the 13th chapter of the Uddhava Gita, the last message of Shri Krishna. It is a dialogue between Krishna and Uddhava. This book is an essential book for every person in this world because it is not like the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is specific because it is being spoken to a warrior in the battlefield. Uddhava Gita is different. It contains the essence of life. Every person is supposed to know how to live in this world. Uddhava Gita has got lessons right from my Gurudev, that is Dattatraya's time. It has got lessons from the daily life. It has got lessons for every person in this world. And it is important to follow these scriptures and the law that is there. So Uddhava Gita is the essence of all the teachings of Sri Krishna in his lifetime. And Uddhava is just like his friend or a common man who is listening to them. So we are starting chapter 13, Uddhava Gita, verse 42. This is about the duties of every individual. Now they are classified into four kinds of people, which we have already done. So these are the duties. Verse 42 says, the duties of a monk are to control the mind and non-injury. Those of the forest-dwelling hermit are austerity and discrimination. Those of a householder are preservation of life of animals and performances of sacrifices, while the duty of a brahmachari is service unto the teacher. So these are the duties of these four individuals. Now they are already connected to the spiritual world. So let us see them one by one. The duties of a monk are control of mind and non-injury. Now, who is a monk? We have already discussed about it. But for your understanding, a monk is a person who has given up their family, joined a monastery, or is living with the Guru and is on the path of spiritual. Now, this is a kind of a person. He might not be wearing the garb of a monk. Many a times people don't wear the garb of a monk. Though they may be initiated, in some places they may be allowed to do certain jobs of their own. So they are those kind. A monk normally never marries, by the way. They don't marry. The duties of a monk is control the mind and non-injury. The mind is the most dangerous and the most powerful weapon God has given to man. A mind is like a horse which you are supposed to train. But the horse is wild. And a man is not able to control the mind because this horse is wayward. Just keeps on galloping here and there and there and there. If you just think for a moment, you are sitting in one place and you are thinking about something. Meanwhile, the person in front of you is giving you something. Imagine you have gone to a store, to buy a pair of clips, and you see something else in the store. You see some new pens being advertised over there. And then just suddenly a beautiful girl walks inside. and her perfume entices you and you look at her. And now all these things that are going on over there have happened in a fraction of a minute. Meanwhile, you have started thinking about how beautiful this girl is. And then by the end of that 1 minute, you're already married to her. You have started having children with her. And you have become old. This is the way in which mind works. As it was mentioned in my last satsang, the job of a monk is to be completely devoted to the Guru, follow the path, never doubt him even for a moment, and never carp about him. Carping about the Guru is terrible. People do not allow themselves to be lost in the spiritual. They have too many other things to think of. First is they will always try to find fault with the Guru. Even if a person is staying 10 years, 15 years, 20 years with the Guru, they still have the dirty habit of trying to find fault with the Guru. Whereas, what is the primary thing? They have never been able to control their mind. And this is the duty of the monk, is to control the mind. How can one person do that? If you have faith, then there is no question of doubting anything. Doubts are the cause of disaster in a person's life. They will be out, not in the spiritual, but out of the spiritual. These doubts are the ones which can cause a lot of issues. So, non-injury. It's not just physical, but mental and spiritual also. You see, when I say non-injury to all, it means you first should never think bad about others. Even in thought, if you are thinking that this person is not good, that person is not good, and because of your behavior, because of your mind's behavior, you are causing mental injury which is not visible to the eye, you will be causing karma which will keep you backtracking in your lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes, and you will be born again and again. Person should never think ill about another person. Never. The Guru never teaches a disciple, a monk for that matter, to ever do injury to other people, physically, verbally, or even in thoughts. So, when a monk keeps on thinking about doing something just by thought processing, that itself is injury. The job of the monk is never to injure any person on this planet Earth, otherwise also. Even in the past, you see how we can talk about the past? We normally keep on blaming our purvaj, our ancestors. You see, if I was not born in this family, and if I was born in a rich family, people think like this. You are doing injustice to your ancestors. The ancestors are never going to forgive you. Similarly, in thought, if you are saying even one wrong word about your own parents, about your relatives, or whomsoever concerned, you will never be forgiven, because you will be causing karma to yourself. And the karmic loop can never go away. Never. In 2012, I had written, till you have never reached the state of enlightenment, don't expect even Krishna to come and save you, because it is your karma. You are going to be responsible for all the wrong things that you are doing. Krishna himself has this very great ability of cautioning the person, don't do this. Have you not read the Bhagavad Gita? So the monk's job is to cause non-injury to anybody and everybody in this world. Those who have done vanaprastha, they should practice austerity and discrimination. Austerity, they have to live an austere life. This applies even to the people, those who are staying in the ashram and those who have a guru in their life. Practicing austerity is extremely important. Austere living, which means it has to be frugal. You cannot be doing something which is causing a lot of problems, whereas money and other issues. Absolute austere living is very, very important. Discrimination, which means seeing God in everything. Actually, discrimination means taking out the real from the unreal. So you are literally like the Paramahansa. You are able to separate out the real from the unreal. So discriminate. Who is God? Where is this God? Seeing God in everything is a must. You cannot say that there is no God in this person. But if there is a God in that person and that God is Indra, think about it. He is going to irritate you no end. And every God thinks, every God and every human thinks that they have never met their match. That they are the greatest thing on planet Earth or otherwise also. But they don't know. The person in front of them may be a greater match to them. That person may be stronger than them. They have really no idea. You have to understand this, that in almost every scripture that is there, in every book that is there, in every story that is told in India, you will find that the enemy is always more powerful than even the God. Isn't it? Wasn't Karna more powerful than any Arjuna in this planet Earth? Please go and have a look in these books. Wasn't Bhishma Pitama more stronger than any of those Pandavas put together? Don't you know that? So please understand, it is even the enemy is stronger than you. So please never underestimate anybody. So why not see God in everything? The reason why that thing is happening is because you have to learn something. And if you are not able to control your mind, you will never be able to learn anything. You will always be at the loggerheads. Those are the householders are preservation of life of animals and performance of sacrifice. The householders are supposed to take care of the livestock and various other things. They are supposed to take care of the people around them also. That means a householder may have his wife, his children, his grandparents, his parents, or whoever. Their job, their duty is towards these people also. You should take care of your elders. If you are a householder, householder is a person who stay in their houses. They visit the Guru once in a while. But they follow the diktats. They do what is necessary in the spiritual world. So when you do those kind of things and you follow what is being taught to you, while staying at home, taking care of the family and doing all kinds of things that are necessary to perform the duties of the householder have to be done. While on one side, you should be doing all the activities connected to the spiritual, which means sacrifices. And sacrifices are a must. You see, in a family, the father and the mother may not eat food where there is no food at home. A little is there. They will give it to their children. That is also called a sacrifice, isn't it? They may not have money to spare for buying anything for themselves, but they will buy for their children. Have you not seen these kind of sacrifices? I am not talking of just these sacrifices. There are various sacrifices which are far more severe. The sacrifices we have discussed in a different chapter altogether. It is even while eating, drinking, sleeping, walking, talking, everything. It's a sacrifice. You're performing exactly the job meant for that particular occasion, meanwhile serving God. All the talk has to be very sweet. You cannot have any bad words coming from your mouth. You cannot speak badly to another person. You cannot slap them. You cannot do all kinds of nonsensical stuff that is necessary. So a householder is supposed to lead a very straightforward life. He should not be cheating. You see, those kind of things which are there. Then, a person, the last thing is the duty of a brahmachari is to serve the teacher. Well, service unto the teacher is the most important thing. Now, service starts first thing with faith. You understand? In most of the people, they are doing jobs in their life. A common man is doing a job. Maybe a man is serving in a bank for many, many years. Maybe the man is serving for 25 to 30 years. But he's always cribbing about not getting a promotion, not getting the job done, those kind of things. And he's always cribbing about things which are not happening. And he comes home and he keeps on spewing venom at people at home. Why? Because he's dissatisfied with the job. He's not a good person. No. He's not a good person at all because he's not devoted to the job. He's not doing service to the job. A service to the job, a duty, it should be done with full 100% devotion. You have to serve the master with love and devotion. You don't serve people by giving them food and saying, I am doing a great favor to you. You know, this is not the right thing. You do this for another person. You don't serve a person like this. You serve it with a good heart. Serving the teacher is the most important thing. If you do not serve the teacher, you will never ever reach anywhere in life. Service unto the master is a very, very important thing for a person who is a brahmachari. Brahmachari, if you remember, is a person who doesn't want to get married. Correct? So brahmachari, who is devoted to the teacher, will find everything in the teacher. And this is the job which he is supposed to do. Serve the teacher diligently. Not like the material worldly person who doesn't serve anybody. He is doing the job for job's sake. I have a lot of people in my world also who will keep on cribbing about their own jobs. Consistently, they will keep on saying to me that their boss is not good, this is not good, the company is not good, the kind of money that I am getting is not good, I have not got promotion, I am not getting what I need. Person should be thankful that they have a job. Doing the job diligently and not carping about anybody, including the boss, is the most important thing. If you really want to grow in your life, you have to do the job without opening your mouth. Diligently, sincerely, absolutely, perfectly. You think the bosses have been kept over there for the heck of it? Krishna himself has put those bosses over there because they are more diligent than you are. And they have more knowledge and understanding than you have. People think that, oh, this person has been made a boss just because they have got some, influence. No. No influence can get a person a job higher than you. It is a design. It's a design of the Lord. Always remember this. Why is that person in front of you? Think. Your mind will give you the answer. It is because if that person is not there in front of you, you are never going to grow in your life. All right? Think about it. You are doing a Wimbledon match. You have the toughest opponent in front of you. Let us say you have the toughest opponent who can beat you to the game. And then what happens? The person falls desperately ill. That is, he falls very ill. And then you have a walkover. Do you really think you have won the game? It is the most miserable feeling you will ever have in your life because you were never able to win the game. It was a walkover. So if you have an opponent who is going to be very weak or is just going to let it be, then you are a worthless person, not the opponent. And Arjuna should have somebody who is a greater person than him to fight. Do you get the point? If the person in front of you is more stronger than you and you win that, then it is a greater victory. But if you have a weakling in front of you, my disciple came to me yesterday and I said to that disciple, I said, you know what? You want weaklings in your life. You want people to obey you and say, yes, boss, yes, boss, yes, boss. I am sorry. You will get people who are going to give you the time of your life. Because if you really want to show what you are really worth it, then you better get people who can be a match to you and further than you. It is only when you get somebody who is greater than you, and if you can defeat that person, and if you can rise above that person, then you become great. Isn't it true? So this is the way you have to see life. So there are these four people which we have just discussed. And these four people should understand serving the Guru is the most important thing. We are moving to verse 43. This is chapter 13, last message of Sri Krishna, Uddhava Gita, verse 43. Continence with the option of deviating from it at prescribed times. The performance of duties, purity, contentment, kindness to animals are also the duties of a householder. Worship of me is a duty for all. What is the meaning of the word continence? Continence means not allowing the fluids to flow out of your body. What fluids? What fluids? Those which are connected to procreation. You got it? Your thought also should never go towards procreation. In a common language, it is like thinking of sex all the time, lusting thoughts. No. Continence with the option of deviating from it at prescribed times. Deviating from it at prescribed times means only a certain time in life when you can be a husband or a wife. Not all the time. Man is only dwelling in lust constantly. A householder's life is not supposed to be like that. A householder has too many duties to perform. The first thing which Krishna is talking about is continence. He is supposed to control his sexual urges. Not keep on thinking 24/7. Even preparing for it. Oh, I'm going on a holiday. I will have a nice romp. People think like this. People think, they will always think in a very tedious manner. They will think, okay, I am going to do this because of that purpose. No, it should not be like that. A householder's job is not to constantly keep on lusting. No. So this is what he says, the first thing. Only at prescribed times. People have, today's day and age, people have this habit of becoming lusty anytime. And there are lots of titillations going on. They watch a lot of movies, they watch a lot of porn, and they do a lot of things. Kind of the clothes which people wear also do that. Isn't it? You see something in your feed, in either Facebook or some such place, and the mind immediately goes towards that direction. Why should it do that? You're never able to control your thoughts. The performance of their duties. A householder is supposed to perform his duties diligently. Now, diligently means what? They are supposed to do them perfectly to the T. serving the people around. Service unto mankind. That doesn't mean just his own family. People normally think, oh, I have a family. My job is only to take care of my family. In today's day and age, there are lots of families going without food, without clothing, without shelter, especially during these very serious, severe times, isn't it? This whole world is your family. If you are a householder, the whole world is your family. There are people who get written about in the newspapers and other places. There is a person in Kerala. Whatever he earns, he buys food packets and he makes food and distributes it to these people. Have you ever thought of the homeless people in your life? Ever? In the entire day, can you think even 1 minute for a homeless person? And think that that person is not having food or shelter? But if you can just think about enjoying yourself the whole time, trying to buy new clothes, new stuff, you want to gather money, you want to have a bank balance, you want to keep on storing money in your bank account, that is all you are thinking of, then you are not a good householder at all. And householders think that, oh, I gave to my servant, You are not doing anybody a favor. The servant is sticking to you because you are giving something. Not the salary, the little thing that you are doing. The servant doesn't stick to you because you are doing them a favor. I'm sorry, you are not doing anybody a favor in this world. Even you are a beggar in your own office. When you get little gifts, you are so happy about it. When you go to some place and you are given one memento, and that memento seems to be, oh, this is so nice, You also are like a servant. You are also getting the little thing, that is why you are happy. You get paid for something. No. Give to those people who do not even have anything. Not just the people around you. A selfish behavior is to give to your own servant and just the people around you. You know what you do? Oh, this person is my relative. He is not having, so I will give. No. The job of a householder is to serve everybody. Purity. Person should have purity of mind, thoughts, deeds, actions, all kinds of things. Purity in everything. You see, if you are a householder and if you are misbehaving, you don't take a bath. Oh, today is Sunday. I don't think I will take a bath. And the answer is, there is less water. No? That's why I don't want to take a bath. Oh. Your children are going to do the same. And they will say, my dad has not taken a bath on a Sunday. Why should I do? You're teaching the world all the dirty things. If you have to take a bath, take a bath. If you have to wear clean clothes, wear clean clothes. They may not be ironed, it doesn't matter. But at least be clean, neat. There are such certain number of people in this world who feel that they are doing a favor. This is not a favor. You are serving your own self. Okay? Now think about it. There is a man and a woman at home. Alright? I have heard people in my own world, I don't shave for months. You know the reason why I don't shave for months? I am saving on my shaving. And I am saving on my saving. Got it? Oh, I am not using the blade. But by the way, sir, you are carrying so much of shit on your face you don't even know. If you go and analyze the hair from your beard, you will realize that it contains the poop, the shit that you are shitting out. To be clean and neat is a job of a householder. Not just having, doing something which is not good. Wearing the same old clothes without washing. All these things are a part and parcel of the purity that you need to have. Shauch, we call it. Contentment. A householder should be content at all points in time. I want more, I want more, I want more. You see, a householder, today's day and age, the householder has a very big problem. I'll tell you the problem. You see, the thing is, when he starts becoming comfortable, suddenly the urge comes, I need to do something more. Let us buy a new car. Think about it. Let us buy a new car. If I buy a new car, I will have more comfort for the family. But you get into a bigger discomfort because you have to pay your EMI. And then you just get about fitting, just completing your EMI or the loan that you might have taken, and then you start become more comfortable. Now I don't have to pay a loan. Then what happens? They go and buy something else. Please remember, money finds its own way out of your pocket. Money is the very, very dangerous thing that you're carrying in your pocket. It could be in your bank also. It could be anywhere. You could have stored it in a cellar also. Doesn't matter. But money will find its way out. That is the job of Lakshmi. Lakshmi doesn't stay in your hand. She runs away because you are a worthless person, not because you need it. So that is the reason why contentment is a must. You see, if you keep on running after Lakshmi, you are not with Vishnu. If you keep on running after Lakshmi, you are never with Vishnu. Which means what? You are never with God if you are thinking about more money, more money, more money, more money. So, you got to be contented in everything that you have. There is no need to go and keep on buying stuff. If you have a few clothes, 3-4 clothes, that is more than enough. You don't need to go and, fill the coffers of those shopkeepers over there. There is no need. And for the heck of it, a person should never keep on buying. And reasoning can be any. It is like a woman says, oh, I have a green color top, so I have to have a green color shoes as well. Wow. Why should you have green color shoes? I think black goes for everybody, isn't it? For every kind, black can go. So if you have a black and a brown and a white shoes, I think it's more than enough. No, but I got to have 25 shoes. Why? Because I have 25 colors in my wardrobe. A person is never content. Contentment has to be there in a person. So Krishna is saying to Uddhava, a householder should be always contented. I'll give you another angle of contentment. Now, the stupidity of it all. There is a case which happened in front of me. A person was having a television for many, 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 many years. You see, the television was the old-fashioned, the tube. And the person was sitting in front of it and watching like this. Today's day and age, the transmissions are in 4K and maybe 2K or 3K. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The clarity in your television is much better than what it was even 2 years ago, isn't it? This person was not only harming his own eyes, but everybody in the house, he was harming the eyes of these people. That is called foolishness. You are not only harming the eyes, but the rays which are coming out of that tube, I don't know whether you know about it, they are the most harmful rays of all. And they are entering not only that numbskull of yours, but it is going into the numbskull of all your family members also. Everybody is becoming a nincompoop. And I personally advise them, why not go and buy an LED or an LCD television? So I got that LCD television. Now, this person has kept this other television. I will use it later on. What kind of a brain this person has, I don't know. You don't do this kind of things. Think about it. In olden times, if you remember, Those who know, we had radium watches, watches with radium dials. Do you know this? You see, in olden times, those who are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s will remember you had radium dial watches. Okay, they will glow in the dark. Those were very, very deadly watches. Those watches can cause radiation in your body. They can alter even your genetic makeup. You may say, this is just a small thing, it doesn't matter. You see, Madame Curie got radiation poisoning. She's the one who found radium, by the way. So please understand this. This is an heirloom, an heirloom watch. I cannot give it away. This is an heirloom television which is spewing out so many harmful rays. I will never give it away. That is not called contentment. That is called stupidity, utter stupidity. Throw that television out, give it away. Give it away. We are trying to curb the kind of radiations that are coming in. Even from the cell phones, we are trying to curb the radiations. And here, this person is sitting right in front of the television, which is spewing out radiations like nobody's business. You got the point? The understanding, contentment should not be foolish. Contentment means what I have. And if it is good for the society and it is good for me, I should have it. That is all the contentment a person should have, not stupidity, by the way. All right? And that is the way how people have to be. In olden times, we have used Geru. Okay? This is earth, which has got brown in color. It is ochre color or maybe maroon color. We used to sweep the whole floor with that, cover it up. Otherwise, the walls were coated with lime. They were called lime wash. After that came another kind of a wash. Then came the papers, which we stick on the walls. Do you know that Napoleon was killed with that kind of a poisoning by his own wife? The walls, which were coated with poisonous substances, were giving off the vapors consistently. So you got to understand what is right in today's day and age, and then be contented with life. So do the right thing. Kindness to animals are also duties of the householder. Kindness to all animals. I don't like cats. I don't like dogs. I hate the dogs because dogs bark at me. No. The dog is doing its job. Okay? I don't like them. And in some households, they will have, oh, I love to have all the lizards on the walls. I love to have cobwebs because, Krishna has said, don't harm them. I mean, just think about it. These people are fit for Nimhans. Nimhans is that mental asylum, by the way. What are they saying? No, Krishna is not telling you, when he says one thing doesn't mean the other thing. When Krishna says one thing, he says this person is good. Suppose he says one man is good. Doesn't mean the other people are bad. It doesn't mean at all. But people normally misuse and they tend to twist the words. So here he is saying kindness to animals. You have to be kind to the animals. In today's day and age, I'm sure you have seen a video where a cow was being taken in a truck and the bull followed that truck for more than a kilometer. It is there in all the media. Nowadays, it is all about artificial insemination, giving them hormones and so on and so forth. The milk that you are drinking is given because of hormonal injections. The eggs that you are eating is because of the hormones that are fed to the chickens. So sometimes we have to be careful. So here he is saying kindness to animals and duties of a householder and worship of me. You have to worship Krishna. As a householder, your job is to worship Krishna. This is written in the Uddhava Gita, which is a part of the Bhagavatam. I hope you remember this. This is not some ordinary text. Krishna is pointing out to you that you need to worship the Almighty God, the absolutely ultimate God. Worshipping Him is a must. So we move to the next verse. Uddhava Gita chapter 13, verse 44. He who thus worships me constantly and exclusively through the performance of his duties, knowing my presence in all beings, soon attains to steadfast devotion to me. Now, for any person, now all these people that we mentioned over here, whether it is the monk, whether it is the forest dweller, whether it's a householder or a brahmacharya or whoever is concerned, they should worship me constantly. Worshipping the Supreme Divine Consciousness, Sri Krishna himself, is a 100% requirement. Exclusively. There should be no other in between. No, I go to Krishna temple, then I go to Ganesha temple, then I go to Saraswati temple, then I go to Hanumanji temple. Come on, how many temples are you visiting? No, I got to go and, give all these gods their due. Go to Krishna temple, that's more than enough. If you give something over there, I think all the gods will get it from him. It is like paying your tax to the government, Your income tax is there and you got to pay it. Then you don't have to bribe anybody on the way because you are clean. So it is like paying the income tax to the final authority, the government itself. So here the idea is to only be one with the divine, Krishna himself, while performing the duties. The performance of duties is a must. Performing duties not only for yourself but for the mankind as well. Everybody. The duty is just not for your own petty self. You have to serve everybody diligently. Now that diligence is a must, like I have been continuously telling you. Serving everybody is a must. You cannot make distinctions between people. Like I said, just because you have a servant and you're giving money to her and giving her a sari or gift like that, no. What about the other homeless people that are there in this world? What are you doing for them? If you are only giving it to the people that you have in your life, then you are a selfish person. You are not a person who is serving the Lord. The Lord is in everybody, every person. Serving every person is a must. You can only get devotion to God when you serve maximum number of people. You should never judge them. Never judge another person while serving them. But we normally, human beings, petty human beings, always keep on judging other people. This person is good, give him more. This person is bad, don't give him more. This is not the way how things are done. You have to serve everybody in the same manner. Knowing my presence in all beings. Why? You have to serve everybody, understand the presence of me in every person. You may think your enemy or the person who is not listening to you doesn't have Krishna in them. Please remember, there is Krishna in every person. Just not you and some people that you know. Some favorite people of yours, they don't have Krishna. I'm Sorry, everybody has Krishna in them. And if that other Krishna is behaving or talking to you in a particular manner, remember there is a finer reason why it is happening. It is so that you can change, not the other person. A person should take up, the onus has to be, I got to change, not change the world. So first change yourself. The job of every individual is to be so good. First, you be that good self yourself. So he says, performance of duties, knowing my presence in all beings. Know my presence is in all beings. Everything on this planet is me alone. You can't have some good people and not the rest of the world with you. You should be able to serve everybody. People have favoritism. I'm sure that because of this favoritism, there is a lot of problem going on in this world, isn't it? Huh? How many things are going on? Black lives matter, white lives matter. In Europe, there is so many revolutions going on. In India, there is a problem in politics. China, India, Pakistan, this one, that one. So many things are going on. Why? Why are there so many problems? It's because they can't see God in anything. And only favoritism. This person is from my party. The other person, useless fellow, not from my party. So don't favor that person. Favor only this person. My parents are good to me. Yeah, I should have them. These people, they are not good to me. I don't want them. If you are following the path of dharma, then see Krishna in everything. Everything you should see Krishna in. Even the person who is reprimanding you, even the person who is saying something to you, all these people, whatever is happening in your life is because of Krishna alone. So see Krishna in everything. Know my presence in all beings and then perform the duties. It is only when you do this, only. The only is in open and close inverted commas. Please remember this. It's only when you do this that you will get devotion for Krishna. Otherwise, there will be no devotion for him. Then you are a petty-minded person. Till you do not see in a form of equanimity in your mind, devotion to Krishna can never come to you. Never. And it just not goes for one person, it goes for everybody. No exceptions to this rule. If you want Krishna in your life, you have to have equanimity of mind. Devote yourself to the mankind without any differentiation. You have to serve every person on this planet Earth because God is in everybody. Krishna is in everybody. We will go to verse 45. This is chapter 13, last message of Sri Krishna, Uddhava Gita, verse 45. O Uddhava, through this undying devotion, he comes to me, the great Lord of all beings, the originator and destroyer of all, their cause, the Brahma. He says, it is only when you do whatever I have told you to do in the last previous 4 verses. Only when you do the way it has been told to you, then only you can come to me through undying devotion. And devotion will be single pointed devotion. You cannot have any other thing happening in your world. Nothing. No disturbances of any kind. Your mind is subdued. There is nothing going on in the mind. If there is even an iota of something going on in the mind, you are not a devotee. Devotion has to be absolute. And when you have the single pointed devotion to me, then I am the Lord of all the beings. That means I am the Supreme Lord of all the gods and the humans and the demons and you name it, of the asuras, everything. I am the Lord of everything. So then you will come to me, because I am the originator, the cause, and the destroyer of all. I am the Brahma, the Vishnu, and the Mahesh of everything in this world, because all these are my powers given to these gods. So if Krishna is the ultimate and he has given these gods all the powers, then the ultimate destination is him alone. A very funny incident happened a few days ago. A person says, anyway, Krishna, I am from the coterie of Krishna. Coterie of Krishna. I will anyway go to Krishna. There is an entire scripture which is there, which is called the Brahma Vaivarta Puran. If you go and study it, you will understand that even the closest of the people, those who are there with Krishna, can never get a release from the material world. No. If Krishna has given them a job, it is their duty to perform the job because they are from the inner circle. You may be a person from the inner circle of Krishna. If you have been given a job and if you don't perform that job diligently, you are going into the cycle of karma and you will be born again and again and again till you learn to do your job. There is no direct ticket to Krishna's heaven. No, there is no direct ticket to Krishna's heaven. Why? Because you are a tool of Krishna and you have been given a job by him. And you do it exactly the way it has been told for you to do. If you do one little bit here and there, it is not a done thing. Ask all those people who write the programs. You see, in the information technology industry, people write lengthy programs. Just one comma or just one bracket doesn't come in the place. Just that little bit of that, whatever the thing that they are putting over there doesn't fall into place, the computer will not function. The results are going to be awry. The results will not be correct. Do you know this? All the people from the information technology, you should know these answers. Even one small comma, one small identification mark is out of sync, even if you keep a gap in the middle. You see, you give a pause or you give a gap in the middle. That gap doesn't allow the functions to happen. Isn't it true? So exactly like that. If you are from the coterie of Krishna, you have been given a certain function and you better performing without any comma, without any full stop, without any errors in the system. Please know that. And many a times there are stories like the story of Tulsi. She was with Krishna in his heaven. And she was doing something when she was caught. And she was given the curse that she will be born on this earth. Okay? She was born on this earth and she had to marry a demon. She had to marry this demon which got killed by Krishna's wife. It's a different story altogether. But that person, if the person doesn't function exactly to the T, the same Tulsi will be born again and again and again and again and again. I will tell you how it is. Have you ever seen a Tulsi plant? A basil? You know what a basil leaf is? You know what a basil is? BASIL. You know the basil has got this ability that it creates a small stem in which there are so many seeds. You know how many seeds fall down? A lot of seeds fall down. And the basil is born again and again and again and again. Why? Because still she doesn't understand that she's supposed to perform only for one. This will be rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. There is no stopping. That is the reason why Krishna comes back again and again. And Tulsi Mala is the one mala that he keeps on wearing. But she has no release. Tulsi has no release. Those who understand the Hindu religion will know that she is a bride for only one day. Tulsi Vivaha. If you don't understand this story, go and Google Tulsi Vivaha. And then you will understand that she is one day's wife of Krishna. It is a misdemeanor that a person does in this world. Even the slightest of the misdemeanor that a person does will always give the person rebirth after rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. And do you know what happens? They will be born in the demonical womb more than they will be born in the normal womb. There is a law. Please remember this. The law goes this way. If you are the king, if the king is Krishna, let us say, and his own son is creating problems, the punishment will be greater for the son and lesser for the other people. Those who are the closest in the coterie of Krishna will get severest punishments than the world, because they should know what is the meaning of the word discipline. The way in which Krishna behaves in this world is an extremely disciplined character. Every time when he comes, he is the most disciplined one. And the closest to him are supposed to be equally disciplined. The indiscipline which people have in this world, thinking that they belong to Krishna's coterie, they are mistaken, because their punishments are going to be severe, not lesser. So there is no guarantee in Krishna's heaven. I know this may be a revelation to a lot of people today. But please remember this. The expectation of Krishna from his own closest one is far greater than those who are further away. Isn't it true? Your performance level has to be the peak. You cannot perform at mediocre levels because you are tweaked by Krishna himself. Got it? If the master himself is giving you that life, you better be the best. So this was in answer to the person who had written a question to me a few months back, maybe a few weeks back, about what it means to be having a free ticket to Krishna's heaven. Sorry, there are no free tickets. Your performance has to be the peak performance if you belong to the coterie of Krishna. And even if one misdemeanor is there, that one misdemeanor is going to cause you to have rebirths again and again. Because the expectation from the inner circle is far greater than those people from outside who really don't understand anything. So this is the meaning of the words. So I will end my satsang over here. And I will see you all tomorrow with the next verse. Thank you. You have a great day and a great weekend ahead. Bye.